to talk today about a documentary I've been following for some time, 90 Day Fiance. There's several parts to this documentary because there's maybe 6 or 7 couples that they're talking about each time. And the question is, we're going to talk about Chantel and Pedro. What will happen next? And Chantel, she's 30 years old, lives in Atlanta. She's a naive, trusting person. And she trusts Pedro. Pedro is the man that she's married. She trusts his family for some reason. And most of the time, she's in the dark about any and everything that Pedro is doing. He tells her that he's sending money to his family because it's their culture. He's in Atlanta on a K-1 visa, working at the university as a tutor, and she met him because she's studying nursing and she wants to brush up on her Spanish-speaking skills. So he becomes her tutor through a mutual friend of theirs on Facebook. While being tutored, she fell in love with him, and I wonder if he really fell in love with her because his mother, it appears, has sent him to the States to find a wife so that he can get a visa. And once he gets a visa, he can get a job and send money back to the Dominican Republic to his mom and his sister. They're living large. Now, he has taken on a wife. They lied to Chantel's parents, told them that he was a student. Chantel's father was suspicious from day one, but he trusts Chantel. As time goes on, they find out that he's more than a boyfriend to her. They're engaged, and they have 90 days to get married. When they find out this, maybe a day or two before the 90 days is up, which means they had to rush down to the Justice of Peace to perform this ceremony and get it done before the 90 days is up, because if the 90 days is up, he has got to go back to the Dominican Republic without her, without a wife. So they get married, but a few days before, when the parents find out, they want to do a prenuptial to make sure that whatever Chantel is going to inherit, that he would not be able to get it if anything should happen to them, to Chantel. Now, you got to remember, her parents are well-to-do. They're wealthy. They have plenty of money, and she is one of their beneficiaries. She's got a brother and a sister, a brother named River. River does not get along with Pedro because River has sensed that something is just not right with Pedro. He said after they get married, because it looked like Chantel was just going to do this anyway, after they get married, after 2 years, he's going to leave her. And sure enough, 2 years later, Pedro has decided that he's going back to the Dominican, and he tells Chantel it's because he's going to open a business there. Now, she heard this through the grapevine that he was going back because he hadn't even talked to her about that, let alone let her know that he's going to open a business. Now, there's a lot of secrets that he's keeping, Pedro. His computer is off limits. She has no passwords or anything. His cell phone is on lockdown. You know, and her parents are going crazy. Who is this guy? So they decide to have him investigated. Now, this is a big concern for Pedro because her parents are just so deeply concerned as to who he is and what's really going on, and how Chantel can be so patient and trusting. But you know, sometimes when a person is patient and trusting like that, when they find out the truth, they can be just as difficult as they were patient and trusting. Now you wonder, will their love last? Or do they have enough love between the two of them for it to last? Because he does not protect her. When her sister calls her names and his mother calls her name, he does nothing to protect her. He has her living in an efficiency apartment in Atlanta while he's sending money to his mother and his sister so that they can have a 3-bedroom house with 2 bathrooms. Now that's a concern. He's 31 years old, and like I said, he was a student had on a student visa to work at the university as a tutor. His mom is using him because this is the kind of business that she's in, and Chantel's parents have gotten wind of this. She's got a business where she does the immigration paperwork to make sure that people from if they have to pay the price to go to the country, to the United States and get a visa. She brings these couples together. They fall in love and they get married. Now, I'm not sure, but it looks like she has sent her son. She's using her son to go to the States, find a wife, and send her that money. I'm sure, I'm beginning to wonder, maybe he's a little on the naive side too, because he says that he loves Chantel. So it looks like she's using him to get his green card to have access to the American dollar. So it looks like when they went to the investigator asked questions like, who is he sending money to and how is he sending this money? He is just getting heated. The relationships are getting heated among the families. Well, Pedro needs somebody here to support him in his thoughts. So he calls for his sister and sends her a plane ticket, and she comes to Atlanta. She starts a lot of static when she gets to that apartment because she says she's not going to sleep on a sofa. She wants the bed. And they ended up, she and her brother, Pedro, Chantel's husband, put Chantel out of the apartment to go spend the 2 weeks that his sister would be in town with her parents. Well, now, Chantel's mother is ready to fight now. And the upcoming episode is going to show that this fight is going to be so bad that the camera people have to jump in to break it up. But I have a question. This K1 visa, he wants a green card for permanent residency in the United States so that he can work and send this money back. Is Pedro married to another woman with a family in the Dominican Republic? And what is the truth? What do you think will happen next? Will this marriage survive in the future? Or will Chantel find out things about Pedro that will make her turn on him? Should that be the case, what do you think will happen? Let me know what you think in the comments, and be blessed. Do subscribe.